I know people who are already struggling and they're having to kind of reconcile what they're going to do about their child's future. And I think particularly if you've got children who have extra needs, then often parents will look to private schools. I know it's not something
such a
they've able to-
minority of cases. The story is about how there are these messages that are spreading like wildfire on WhatsApp groups for people with children at private schools, encouraging parents to contact their local authority and say, I'm going to withdraw my child from the private school. They need a space in the state system from September, in a bid to create panic. Although obviously most of those parents will actually keep their children in private schools. The idea is just trying any way to undermine this policy.
Do we know they'll keep them in the schools there? I mean, I know Wes Streeting is very punchy. We always talk about Wes, he's clearly the man of the moment, but Wes Streeting's very punchy on this. But I think actually this is a real concern for a lot of people. Now, clearly it's a neat issue and Labour know that this is a good kind of class war row, but it is a tax on aspiration. Those hardworking families who've given up the holiday, got the old car because they can't afford to replace it, gone without the nice extras in life because they prioritise that, are going to be really struggling to meet those bills. I know people who are already struggling and they're having to kind of reconcile what they're going to do about their child's future. And I think particularly if you've got children who have extra needs, then often parents will look to private schools. I know it's not something
such a
they've able to-
minority of cases. You know, the majority of people are just sending their kids to private school because they want them to do much better than other children. They want them to get kind of a route to these better jobs ahead of kids going to normal school.
But if that's parents' choice, what's wrong with that? They're already paying for...
There's nothing wrong with that, but there's no reason why they should have a tax break on that. There's no reason why people who aren't well off pay VAT on all number of things. Why well-off parents shouldn't pay VAT on school fees? There's just not an argument for that.
But why would Labour want to tax education? They're taxing education. It's not like they're taxing, our service or a good. It is education. That's surely a good thing to. And also, it does help ease the strains on the state system. And I think actually, you say the well-off parents. A lot of these parents are really struggling. It's just a choice they've made in life. They prioritise that. And and all parents can make the decisions they want to make about their children's future. But if they've chosen to scrimp and save, and actually, I think people think, it's all like Eton and Winchester, which is obviously where Rishi Sunak went. It isn't. Most of these schools are, they are not like that. They're just kind of local.
There's no evidence, though. This argument that you're going to end up with hundreds of thousands of children pouring into the state system, there isn't evidence for that because the private schools have ramped up their fees over and over again. I think since 2010, the fees have gone up 50%. Has there been a massive fall in the number of private school kids? No, there hasn't. Actually, they're at record numbers. They just keep going up and up. And so I do recognise that it might make life a bit tricky for some parents, this cost on top. But also, private schools don't have to actually charge this to parents. They could decide, well, maybe we don't need a new theatre for our posh students. Maybe we don't need a new swimming pool. Maybe we do need to actually absorb some of those costs ourselves.
But you've given the game away there, John. It's class war, isn't it? And I say this as a state school educated northerner, so I'm not exactly benefited from the public school system. But I think why tax aspiration? It's classic Labour. Let's go to class war. It's always their default position, isn't it?